This is Dr. Cortez once again, the business doctor, and today we're going to continue the lesson for writing your um, dissertation, thesis, or simply business research. As chapter 2 na tayo, so just remember chapter 1 was about the problems and the background. We talk about the introduction, background of the study, the theoretical framework, the conceptual framework, significance of the study, the scope and limitations, and the definition of terms. So, yun ang laman ng ating chapter 1. And today we start chapter 2. We're going to write now your chapter 2. So basically, the title is the same thing, no? In our format. Chapter 2 is written not all caps. So this is the exact way of writing the title for chapter 2. I mean the word chapter 2. And ang ating title, this one varies. Iba-iba yung ginagamit na title dito. Minsan meron lang review of literature and studies. Meron namang related literature and studies. But in our format, we're going to use this exact title here. Review of related literature and studies. So, the same with the other parts, major parts of our research, meron na dapat na introductory paragraph, a very short one, like this one. This chapter presents the related literature and studies and synthesis. So, ito yung dalawang parts ng chapter 2, yung mga related literature, and at the end, you're going to write the synthesis of those literature that reviewed literature, readings, and studies na yung pinag-usapan. Gagawa ka ng synthesis or your own insights about those reviewed literature at the end. And by the way, the title, Review of Related Literature and Studies in our format, naka-all caps yan. Okay, ayan. So, wala makikitang first word lang nakakapitalize, ha? All words are capitalized. Okay? Now, ang ginagamit nating format is the thematic approach. Ayan. Dati kasi when I was writing in my thesis in the MBA, hindi pa thematic approach ang aming ginagamit. Dati ang ginagamit namin ay nakahiwalay ang literature at nakahiwalay ang studies. At meron dyan dating foreign literature, hiwalay, foreign studies, hiwalay, local literature, hiwalay, and local studies, hiwalay. So may maraming headings dati. Mayroong 4 na major headings. Kasi hiwalay dati. Now, pinapagamit or yung ginagamit na sa academe when you're writing your RRL or review of related literature ay itong thematic approach. Ayan. Sabihin, yung mga theme or topic, major topics or theme ng iyong study ay magkakasama na. Whether they are foreign literature, local literature, or studies, no? Sama-sama na yan. Okay? So that is what we call the thematic approach. Isang theme, magkakasama. Example, 2 pages about one topic and another 2 pages for another topic. Yan ang thematic natin. Okay, and basically, ang laman ng ating RR ay lahat ng studies na binasa nyo, lahat ng literature, pag sinabing literature, whether it comes from the book, e-book, journal, magazines, websites, online articles, webinars, or talk is simply talk ng isang author or speaker. Yan ating literature. Na? Pag sinabi namang studies, ito yung mga researches, dissertation, thesis, research na ginawa ng mga researchers din. Mga published or unpublished na mga research. So, more often than not, makikita mo yan sa mga journals na nakapublish. No? Pag yung research mo kasi ay, pag yung research mo ay tapos na, ipapublish mo yan Okay, yung study mo, yung research mo. So meron tayong nakapublish, meron tayong hindi nakapublish na studies na. So na kaya nahiwalay ang ating published studies or unpublished studies no? Sa mga researches. No? Yun ang ano. Basta studies, researches ng ibang mga researchers, estudyante man yan, doctoral student, masteral student, or simply college student. Yan ay mga related studies na nasa journal or simply hindi pa nakapublish na. Yan ang ating thematic approach. No? Pinapaghiwalay natin yung mga topics. Okay? So, I will italicize this one. Ibig sabihin, no? hindi siya kasama sa ano dito sa inyong mga susulatin. Ayan, sabihin, dinote ko lang dyan thematic approach na phrase. Okay. So, and reminder, baka makalimutan ko naman, if you are writing your RRL, siyempre it comes from several sources, online, books, or e-books, no? Na it comes from the internet. Okay? If you refer to a work or a study of one author or one person, libro or journal or research, okay, don't forget to cite yung kanilang mga gawa. Kasi siyempre, you're reading something, you're reading from a study that's related to your own study. Tapos nakita mo siya, maganda siyang gamitin, no? O ilagay siya yung study. O ilagay mo yan, kaya lang, you should rephrase or reword. Hindi mo siya kinakopya word by word from the online source or from other sources. No? So that, bawal yan. Okay? So pwede mo siyang kunin yung idea and you write the idea in your own words. You rephrase, no? You summarize, you paraphrase yung galing sa internet. No? Hindi siya kinakopyang just copy-pasting. That is plagiarism. Okay? Now, assuming that you got something from online source or libro or e-books, no? At nirephrase mo sa dito sa iyong RRL, nilagay mo sa iyong RRL, rephrase, no? In your own word, don't forget to cite or to mention the author of the study. Yung sinasabi ko dito, pag kumuha ka ng sources from online, at yan ay nirephrase o nireword mo sa iyong study, dapat mo pa rin siyang i-cite yung author ng iyong study. Why? Kasi hindi mo sariling idea yung nakalagay dyan. So kahit yan ay naka-word na-reword mo na siya, i-cite mo pa rin or mention pa rin yung author ng isang study, no? To avoid plagiarism. And along our lecture today, may mga sample na dito at the end of one paragraph ng mga citation ng isang specific study, no? So example, itong sample na ginagawa ko for the past few meetings. So the same sample. Ito, if you can recall, ito yung ating title na ginagamit dati pa, di ba? For the past few meetings, ito yung sample ng title na ginagamit natin, di ba? If you can recall, safety and security policies of online stores based for enhancement of risk management programs. Ito rin yung ginagamit nating title nung dinidiscuss natin yung TF, CF, objective, and scope, limitation, yung significance, tapos yung DOT. Ito yung title na ginagamit natin. So para consistent tayo, around this title, susulatin natin yung Chapter 2 or RRL. Kasi medyo mahaba itong Chapter 2 na to kasi generally, the Chapter 2 of your study, of your research should be 25% of the whole manuscript. Ibig sabihin, pag yung study mo ay 100 pages, 25 pages should be allotted to the RRL or related literature. Okay? Now, paano ginagawa yung thematic approach? So, ano mong gagawin? You get the keywords. Di ba sa ating title pa lang, pinakuha ko na sa mga keywords ng inyong mga title ng inyong mga study. So, itong sa title natin na to, ang mga keywords dito, kukunin nyo. Ganon din sa yung study, ha? You will get the keywords of your title. Ang keywords ng title na to, example, safety and security. Okay? Security policies. Ano pa? online stores. Ano pa? Risk management. Okay? Yung mga keywords eh. So, all the keywords or all related words or phrases na connected or may bearing sa inyong study or title, yun ang gagawin nyo ng yun ang hanapan o babasaan nyo ng related literature and studies. Systematic, no? Alright, so the first theme, title na to ay yung safety and security policies. Okay, tapos mamaya, yung online stores naman. Then, risk management. Then, online threats ng iyong ng title na to. No? Yun ang gawin nyo ng babasahan ng mga related literature and studies. No? Na pag sinabing literature, hindi mo lang will get something from the internet, example, na connected isang study or literature, whether that is online or journal or research sa isang author or dissertation or thesis na connected dito sa safety and security. So studies or literature na connected dito sa ating una, safety and security. Maganda pa sa internet or social media or books or e-books or journals or Google Scholar ng mga study na connected safety and security. Okay? Now, pag may nakita ka, hindi mo lang binabasa ang isang literature or studies na connected dito sa safety and security. No? Hindi mo lang siya, may nakita example na na safety and security sa internet or social media or online. No? Tapos nilagay mo sa dito kasi nakita mo maganda. Hindi mo lang nilalagay dito yung nakita mo. You're not just copy-paste and rephrase kasi nakita mo. Okay? So take note, ang ating title ay Review of Related. Ibig sabihin, yung nakita mo na online sources na connected sa iyong study, binasa mo siya, nilagay mo dito, but you should do your own evaluation or review ng literature na yon. Ano bang connection ng binasa mong study or literature sa iyong sariling study? Meron bang gap? Meron bang kulang? Meron bang advancement or development? Ano bang ginawang mga study dati before? No? Example, 5 years ago. Ano bang mga study before in 2018 na related or connected sa iyong sariling study about safety and security? And you will mention here the gap. Anong pinagkaiba ng study noong 2018 or previous years sa iyong study ngayon about safety and security? So hindi ka lang dito maglalagay ng study or just copy-pasting. Gawan mo sa sarili mong review or pinagkaiba. No? So itong mga study na to, na kinuha ng author ng research na to, ng title na to, no? Nagbasa siya, tapos nilagay niya dito yung mga title. Yung study in summary, rephrase, no? Sa kanyang sariling word. Anong kulang, ano yung gap ng study. Okay? Then, at the end, sinasabi ko kanina, no? Kahit ikaw ay nag-rephrase, at sariling words mo yan, mag-citation ka pa rin. Pag sinabing citation, once again, ito yung mga replace the author, the surnames of the author or authors sa parenthesis, then the year of publication. Okay, so once again, ang ating rule, 5-year residency. Alright, sabihin, the literature studies should be read or written or reviewed, dapat ay hindi sila lampas ng 5 years prior. So pag 2023 ngayon, ang mga literature na yung babasahin ay 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yan ang pinatawag natin 5-year residency. Kasi pag binilagay ka dyan na author, tapos ang study niya ay 2010, masyado matagal na yan. It means this might not be relevant anymore sa iyong study. So naging obsolete ka sa isang study. Now, may mga bagong study kasi, kaya nga di ba nagre-research ka, baka may bago. E pag nabasa mo yung 2010, tapos may mga bagong researches ng 2018, so hindi na relevant sa iyong study. So you follow the 5-year residency na ating rule, no? And once again, Nagkakamali dito ha. So ito ha, yung mga the red fonts, dito sinusulat na ito yung mga notes natin, no? Inote ko dyan as a reminder sa inyo. And once again, ang ating citation sa dulo, okay, nagkakamali pa rin eh. Just the surname of the author. Now, pag dalawang author, Wijaya and Andreasa, the percent. Hindi word na end ha, hindi word na end ang ginagamit. That is the proper way of citation. Pag dalawang author sila, and you write here 2018, di ba? Yan, no? Sa loob ng parenthesis. Apelyido lang ha, may nakita akong mga write-ups nyo. Pati first name sinasama nyo. So, apelyido lang ng author sa inyong ilalagay dyan. Okay, so the 5-year residency. Then, pwede ka na maglagay ng mga subheadings, no? Mga subheadings ng inyong study. Ayan, okay, so lampasan ko to. So ito, lahat ng itong literature na to is all about safety and security. So consistent tayo ha, Rabago 2023, no? So mga latest study ang nilalagay natin dyan. Okay? Wijaya and Adrianza. Okay, the next theme or topic to be written, babalikan natin yung ating title, may nakalagay dyan na online stores. Diba, itong safety and security nasulat na natin, no? Ang first theme or first topic natin. Ang sunod, online stores naman. That is also a keyword or key phrase sa inyong title, no? So you search again for studies that are connected to your topic. And before we go to the literature on the online stores, balikan ko muna itong ating first page, no? So ito, another sample. Ito ay title ng group 6 ng mga educational research on education. Okay, sample. Empowering children with autism to achieve annual goals, the impact of home-based follow-up activities. Ito yung kanilang topic. No? Now, ano mga keywords dito na hanapan nila ng literature or studies? Yan, empowering children. Naka-highlight ng yellow, no? Yung mga keywords autism, achieving annual goals, ano pa? Home-based follow-up activities. Ayan. Mga studies that are connected sa empowering children, hanapan nila ng mga literature and studies, no, about those highlighted topic. Okay? And hindi lang siya sinusulat or copy-pasted, gagawin sila sariling review. Ano bang connection ng studies na nahanap online sa inyong sariling research or study? You compare, no? You compare the gap, yung development, anong kulang. Yan, that is reviewing Okay, pag may kulang, so yun yung inyong mga study na ninyong atakihin. Sample sa inyong mga questions, no? Pag may kulang sa previous study, yun naman ang itanong nyo, yung wala sa previous studies, no? That is the reason why you are reviewing. Kasi baka mamaya, yung study yung sinusulat mo ngayon ay meron ng study dati. In fact, guys, no, ang una mong ginagawa, pag magre-research ka, ay magbasa ng magbasa ng mga related literature. Pag may nakita kang gap sa isang study previously, you can develop your title or your own research. Pag kunti lang kasi nabasa mo, example, 10 literature na nabasa mo, hindi mo nabasa lahat. Yung pala meron kang hindi nabasa. Nakatulad ng inyong research now. So parang na-duplicate yung research. So, meron kasi yung danger na yung research na ginagawa mo ngayon, ay meron isang kapareho dati, no? Eh, pag kulang ka sa pagbabasa, magdodoble talaga. Okay? Next title, ito naman ay from a research title of a HM student. Actually, pinag-combine ko 'to eh. HM and mayroon din isang touch ng education. No? There we go. Exploring the potential of educational tourism, enhancing learning experience through travel and cultural immersion. So, keywords: educational tourism, learning experience, travel, and cultural immersion. So, the same thing, they are going, yung author neto, itong study na to, ng title na to, you're going to browse online sources, books, or e-books, no? Mga studies na connected dito sa title nila. Para malaman din nila yung mga gaps or developments or kulang, ano pa ang pwedeng itanong or i-research sa mga area or topic na yan or mga theme na yan. Kasi pag nagdoble ka ng study, meron pa lang study yung ganun, the same topic, tapos the same locality, the same geographical location, magdodoble. So yung magbabasa ka dapat, baka meron na. Para malaman mo yung mga study on the same field, no? Para pwede mo i-compare yung study, kasi para pwede kang mag-review or evaluate or compare yung studies mo tapos studies ng previous authors, no? Yun ang reason bakit meron tayong related literature. Okay, so ayan from both field, education and hospitality management or tourism. Okay, so yung ating title, bibitbitin ko siya, no, para alam nyo yung hinahanap ditong literature. Ayan, di ba sabi ko safety and security na mga topics ang inuna natin. So meron tayong nakuha. Di ba? Ang next ating hanapan ng studies and review, no, ay yung mga studies about online stores. So dito sa so ito yung ating tanda niya ating topic na. Online stores naman. Yung author, he has written, review about online stores naman. Ayan. So, ang unang palang topic natin ay online stores naman. So, lahat ng studies are connected to online stores. Yan ang hinanap niya. Okay? Hinanap niya din, comparing yung mga studies na ito. Okay, so this may come from online sources like journals. By the way, pag ikaw naghahanap ng isang related literature, siyempre e-books, no? Books. Kaya e-books no? Pag books kasi ay pag yung hardbound, no, na nakita na sa library, medyo matagal na siya. Mas updated kasi or madaling mag-publish ng bago sa mga e-books. Pag e-books, so mas credible sa mas updated, no? Yung mga reference na yan. And madalas, mas updated din or mas latest pa rin yung mga studies or research na ginagawa ng mga authors. No? So mga research na makita mo sa Google Scholar, di ba? Sabi ko last time, sa unang meeting natin. You can find researches based on yung topic sa Google Scholar. Database sa mga research na connected sa yung topic. Mas updated kasi doon, so mas maraming laman at mas detalyado. You can zero in a specific title mo pag ginamit ang Google Scholar. Your studies about online store, you type online store, magbibigay siya ng mga studies na related sa online store sa Google Scholar. Okay? Then pag nabasa mo siya, then maganda yung topic and nagustuhan mo siya, you rephrase, then you compare, you review. You compare that with your own study, ano yung gap, anong pinagkaiba. Ano pa ang kulang? Anong kulang ng unang studies, no? Na pwede mong idagdag sa iyong current studies. Okay? So, lahat ng study about online stores. Example, yung author neto, he browsed and he looked and he downloaded and he copied literature from online sources, then copy-pasted and rephrased. Anyway, you can use naman different rephrasing tools, no? Na pwede mong gamitin. Okay, and don't forget once again, be consistent. Citation at the end of your literature. Ito mga paragraph na to, naka-rephrase na itong mga to. Okay? Then, ayan. The Philippines operationally defines SMSMES using two criteria. Ayan. Deployment and asset quantity. Okay? So, these are all about online stores. Then, the end, ito naman ay a different type of citation. Okay? Pag ang author ay isa lang ha, you will write Rita 2019. Pag ang author ay dalawa, yung sample natin kanina, pag ang author ay dalawa, yung sample natin kanina, can you recall? Ito na. Pag ang author ay dalawa, Wijaya and Andrean sa 2018. Yan ang proper way of citing the authors. Now, if the authors are 3 or more than 3 authors ang nakalagay, ang susulat nyo ay example, si Rita et al. Pag tatlo, apat, pataas, Rita et al. Yung ating format sa citation. So, tulad na ito, Rita et al. Sabihin, 3 silang authors dyan or 4 or 5. Ginamit natin. Then all the literature here are compared to your own study or own research. Okay, and also, ayan, Rita et al. So, maraming authors yan. So, all of these are about online stores literature, no? So, Tarhini et al. Ayun na, gamit sa author, no? Ang author ay dalawa lang, tapos ginamit mo Tarhini et al. So, take note, no? Ang Tarhini et al, ibig sabihin, 3 or more authors ang nagsulat. Okay, so the same, ayan, Sarkar and Das, 2017. Okay. Alright. Then, Lubis, Daseri et al. Ayan. Okay. So, the next topic or theme natin itong mga to, no? Online threats. Yan. Take note guys, no? Ang ating title ay Safety and Security ng Online Store. So, it's also important to write about the online threats na pwede mangyari sa isang online store that will affect the safety and security ng isang online store. No? So, you write something about online threats. You read something. You read literature about online threats, literature, online articles, studies, ebooks, no? Na pwedeng ilagay dito about online threats. Then you compare once again, you find the gap, you compare the previous studies with your own study, your current study, then you write the difference, no? You the gap, you write the gap. You evaluate, no? You review. Anong pinagkaiba nila? Okay, so this one is literature ito. Although the idea came from websites or other researches, ni-rephrase ng author itong kanyang sinulat dito. And he mentioned the author of the study, Hossein in 2020. So, have you noticed, ang ating mga literature dito are current, relevant, latest, no? 2018 hanggang 2023. So, we are sure that studies are latest, no? Ginagawang comparison. Ayan, so you can write under online threats, you can write about those identity theft. You can enumerate yung mga types of online threats like data breaches, identity theft, and malware and viruses. Okay, ibig sabihin, yung mga indicators or choices na gagamitin nyo sa inyong mga questionnaires, pwede mo rin ilagay dito eh. Mga choices sa mga examples, mga questions for the respondents, no? Meron silang pipilian doon. So you can also mention here sa iyong related literature and studies. Example, itong study na to, meron tong tanong about online threats. Ano mga online threats daw yung mga frequently occurring sa online transactions? Identity theft, malware and viruses, breach of data, access to data, loss of data privacy. Yun ang choices sa kanilang questions. So you can mention here yung mga choices. So ilagay natin dito, identity theft, data breaches, malware and viruses, and website hacking. So, kasi pagpipilian na sa questions eh. Okay, so after online stores, you can also mention naman yung pangalawa, ayan, the risk management. Okay, itong word na to, itong phrase na to ay nandun pa rin sa title ng research about risk management. So you should also write something or browse or read studies about risk management. Okay, so lahat ng studies about risk management, online risk management, you mention here, you compare the gap, you get the gap, ang mga developments, anong latest, anong kulang. Basically, parang nagko-compare ka eh, no? You're evaluating two things, two researches, then you mention the gap. So just the same, itong study na to, itong mga literature na nandito, okay, ay galing sa mga studies or researches ng different or other authors na minention na dito, pero naka-rephrase. Okay? Then at the end of every paragraph, no, don't mention to cite, palagi may citation, is Shin 2017. Ayan, no? Sa mga, and you can also have your subtopic, subheading. Like, ang ating subheading is about risk management, but you can also have your own subtopic dito. Ayan. Good collection. Okay? Ito yung mga recommendations daw paano magkakaroon ng isang magandang risk management program o isang online stores. Good collection effort, and strict access data, Garcia 2023. Okay, and ano pa? Credit history for checking. Yan, no? Ito yung mga recommendation para magkaroon ng magandang safety and security isang online stores. Changing password, credit card validation. So mga studies yan, no? Mga studies yan, online stores, online articles about your keywords or your construct sa iyong title. Okay, ano pa? So have you noticed, mahaba ang related literature. We are now on page 18. So ganoon karami yung binasa ng author ng study na to. Hindi ko pa sinama lahat eh. Kinat ko siya, no? Para for the sake of discussion. Pero mas magandang marami kang binasa, mas maganda. Ibig sabihin, pag marami naman yung literature or chapter, ibig sabihin, marami kang binasa sa mga study. Ibig sabihin, you compared lots of studies to our current study. Okay, ang next part ng chapter 2 or RRL is the synthesis of reviewed literature and studies. So the word synthesis, you summarize. Okay? Example, you can choose three studies and you write your own insight. So dito, ito ay hindi naman to nanggaling sa internet. This should be your own insight. So this synthesis should be your own insights. Okay? Ulit ito. Yan. Sariling ano mo to ha. Sarili mo siyang gawa. Hindi siya nanggaling online. Sabihin, you are now summarizing or synthesizing yung lahat ng nabasa mo doon sa related literature. Ibang laman ng iyong related literature ay sobrang dami, di ba sabi ko eh. Mas marami ka nabasa, mas maganda. Okay? But sa sobrang dami, at the end of the day, at the end of your chapter 2, dapat mo i-summarize. Meron ka ditong synthesis of related literature and study. Ibig sabihin, yung mga nabasa mo ng mga gap or kulang sa previous studies or kulang sa iyong current studies compared to previous ones, dito mo sa summarize. Okay? For example, in conclusion, the reviewed literature and studies emphasize raising store owners' awareness. Ibig sabihin daw, yung nabasa ng author na itong topic na to, nung binabasa mga related literature, karamihan ay nagsasabi na mga store owners daw ay dapat ay mas maging aware now about safety and security today. So the fundamentals, always upgrade the protocol or policy ng kanilang store para makasabay sa trend when it comes to safety and security. Yan pinaka-summary dyan, no? Na marami daw ng maraming types ng fraud or threats online. Meron naman sa ginagamit ng mga policy, kaya lang minsan kailangan ng updating or more recommendations from the respondents. So, yun ang pinaka-synthesis ng study na to. So, you write your own insight, no? Tungkol sa mga nabasa mo sa mga related literature and studies. Okay? So, this part is a short one compared to the RRL. Kunti lang to eh. Hanggang dyan lang siya. Ayan, hindi siya masyadong marami. Okay, parang ano lang to eh. Parang like 3 pages lang. Or 3 to 4 pages ang iyong synthesis of related literature. Tapos at the end of your paragraph, meron ka ditong closing paragraph. Parang sinasummarize mo naman yung buong synthesis na sinulat mo dito. Okay? In a nutshell, the bulk of the studies concentrate on safety and security. Ayan, no? Yan ang yung closing para sang summary ng iyong synthesis. Okay? So, ang chapter 2, yan ang laman ng chapter 2. Related literature and synthesis of your study. Kaya lang, sabi ko kanina, no? Chapter 2 is, it should compose 25% of your total manuscript. Okay? Hindi sa masyadong maraming headings, pero yan ang mas marami mong ginagawa. Kasi dapat marami kang binabasa. Example, pag ikaw ay doctoral student, pag doctoral ka, ang binasa ko dati, nag-doctoral ako, 127 literature eh. So, ganun karami na ang binabasa ng mga graduate students. Okay, then after the synthesis, pakita ko lang dito, no? Once again, guys, kung ikaw ay kumukuha ng mga materials online, ulitin ko na naman, I would just want to reiterate this one lang. Kukunin mo yung title ng website. Pagka makalimutan nyo na naman nakunin napaka-importante pa naman itong mga itong mga to. Okay, so ayan na. Kunin mo yung title of the website. Yan. The website, okay? Title of the book. or ebook. Title of the book, ebook, ito pa, magazine, ano ang hinanap nyo. Okay? Title of the journal. Title of the articles, title of the research in the journal, title of online articles, authors, publication date. No? Don't forget, this one is very important, publication date. Okay, DOI of the journal. So basically, yung mga important things about the references na inyong kinuha. Kunin itong mga to. Date of access, ayan, no? Ito yung mga huwag nyo kalimutan kunin, no, sa mga online sources nyo. Ay, yeah, okay, itong mga yan. Kasi, at the end of your paper, you're going to write the references. Tingnan ito, ha. Ang laman ng references, ito yung lahat ng books or e-books or online articles or researches na inyong binasa. Okay? So, ang laman niya, yung author, ayan, nandyan. First name and surname of the authors, kunin nyo. Date of publication. Okay? Title of the article. Pangalan ng libro. Secret and Lies. Ito yung title ng libro. Secret and Lies, Digital Security. Kung kumpleto, ha. Kung anong edition, ilagay niyo dyan. Tapos yung publisher pala. The name of the publisher of the book. Okay? Kapag journal naman or researches ang inyong hinanap, ang nakuha, o ganun din, the surname, the author, kinukuha yan. Yung first name, yung year of publication, tapos yung title ng study. Itong title ng study, itong title ng research, Security Issues for Online Shoppers. Ito naman yung pangalan ng journal. Diba ang pangalan ng journal sa pangalan ng research, ha? Ang journal, yung pinaka-journal, nandun lahat, no? Ang iba namang title nakalagay doon. Parang diary, no? Parang diaryo. Ang pangalan diary, Manila Bulletin. Tapos sa loob, may mga articles kang binabasa. So yung Manila Bulletin, tapos title ng articles, pareho mo siyang kinukuha. Okay, the volume of the journal, kunin nyo rin yan. Tapos ang website and journal. Okay? Pag maraming author, surname lang ang nilalagay. Example to, ang author dito, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4 yung authors dyan. So, puro surname lang, puro apelyido lang. Tapos, yung kanilang mga first name are just initials. Okay? Then, 2023, date of publication, huwag kalimutan. The influence of price, security. So lahat ng mga to ay journals. All of these are journals or researches ng other authors came from Google Scholar, no, na pinagkunan. So mas marami ka dapat na journal. Kasi ang iyong online articles, konti lang. Ito naman na pinagkaiba, ito naman ay online articles. Hindi sa mga research. Right? So, lagay mo dyan. Yan. Yung pangalan ng author, si Anderson. Tapos 2023, okay, the information security. Ito yung mga title ng online articles. Then the Date of publication, nandyan na, 2023. Then the website na pinagkunan ng online articles na yan. And take note guys, ito marami nagkakamali. Within the entry, naka-single space lang to. APA format or using APA format. APA format of citation or referencing. Okay? Ang APA format, yung second line ay naka-indent. Pansin nyo yung first line lang ang nakadikit sa margin, but the second and succeeding lines are indented. Okay? Indented siya ng 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Then there is only single space, no? Within entries, there is only single space. Kaya lang between entries, no? Between. Pansin nyo single space yan, tapos naka-double space. Okay, so lahat yan, lahat ng inyong mga references, no? Ay pare-pareho yan. Single space within, double space between. Okay, so that is the end of discussion for chapter 2, related literature studies and disease, and the referencing of your study. Okay, so you are now ready to write your chapter 2. So you may now start browsing online articles that are connected to your study. Okay, so hoping that you got something from our lesson today. And once again, this has been Dr. Cortez signing off, and see you again guys. Okay, bye.